is a medieval town found in the Veneto region of northern Italy. It's most famously known for its many tourist attractions centered around Romeo and Juliet, but when compared to other cities in Italy, Verona typically isn't as popular with tourists. We wanted to check out this town and see it for ourselves, so keep watching to find out all it has to offer and why it just might be better than Rome.
What's up, guys? We are here in Verona.
Welcome to Italy!
We are so happy to be here, and Verona is a great start to this trip.
It really has. This is our first time in Italy, and we decided to come all the way out to Verona, and truthfully, this is a whole separate trip. It's kind of hard to piece together. If you're in Florence, if you're in Rome, even if you're in Venice or Milan, it's still pretty far from all of those cities. So we're here to answer the question, is coming all the way out here really worth it? The Verona Arena is centrally located and can be found right in the middle of town in Piazza Bra. This ancient Roman amphitheater was built in year 30 AD, making it actually older than the famed Colosseum in Rome. When we visited, they were unfortunately setting up for a concert, so we couldn't go inside, but tickets can be purchased for €10 to enter when there isn't an event. Do you see that?
I mean, what?
This is honestly an amazing way to welcome us into Verona. I can't imagine seeing anything better than this.
It is so gorgeous. I wish that we could do a tour. I think it would be such an incredible experience, but just seeing it, man, it's a must-see. I love it.
By the way, if you're new here, I'm Krystal.
And I'm Eric.
And we normally love exploring hidden gems around the States.
But today we're switching up and taking you all around Italy.
And we're gonna bring you international Krystal and Eric.
So if you're into seeing more than that, like this video and subscribe for more.
You'll likely be using a car to get into Verona, so it's important to know the city can actually be quite complex to drive and park in. You'll definitely want to scope out where you're staying and find a local garage, which can be prepaid for online. Also, some areas of the city are in low traffic areas, which means you can't bring your car at all, even to unload luggage, which is a pretty tall order for a place that needs to be driven to. But on the other hand, it is actually a crazy walkable city, or bikeable, because you might not want to walk to all of the places that you can go. They can be pretty far, but it's super easy to navigate, and we actually recommend getting lost a little bit. We did that this morning, and around every corner you just find something else new and amazing.
So the Adige River cuts through as like an S through the city of Verona, and we decided to stay inside of it on the historic side, and that put us right in the center of everything that we wanted to see. So in one afternoon we were able to walk from our Airbnb to the arena, to Juliets House, to Ponte Pietra, which is a bridge that was built in 100 BC, all in the span of a single afternoon. So if you plan your trip to stay within that historic district, I would recommend that. And maybe don't check a bag, because you're not going to be able to drive it to your Airbnb. You're going to have to lug that thing around. How much farther do we have to go? For real.
A fun fact about Verona is it's famously home to the real house of a fictional person. That's right, Romeo and Juliet are a huge part of Verona's calling card, and it's probably best known for Juliet's balcony. Or maybe it's best known for this.
So Juliet's house was pretty cool and cute. It is a free courtyard where you can see the bronze statue of Juliet, the balcony right there, take a few photos. You can tour the house for just a few euro. It was closed today. I believe it operates Tuesday through Saturday. We'll have the days and the price right there on the screen. I think it was worth a little stop by.
I think it's definitely worth doing. It's right in the center of Verona in the downtown, so it's really easy to get to. I think we accidentally walked by it last night but had no idea, so it's definitely easy to find and easy enough just to stop by and see, especially if you just want to pop your head in and see it. But it is touristy, definitely a lot of foreign and Italian tourists, which is really fun, but it's still a really cool tourist experience. So out of all of them, we normally lean away from the touristy things. This one was definitely one to jump in and do.
And speaking of tourist experiences.
So is Verona a total tourist trap? Well, with the overabundance of kitschy Romeo and Juliet iconography, Verona could easily look like a tourist trap on paper. but the city offers so much more than the places listed on TripAdvisor. And even though plenty of tourists visit here, it still maintains a fun and authentic culture.
Being a tourist in Verona has been a really positive experience.
It has. It feels like a really authentic experience. So there definitely are tourists here, but Verona just feels like it also has its own community, which has been really nice just to kind of integrate into and just kind of you blend in and become a part of the crowd.
It certainly gets very busy, but not in a way that you're like overwhelmed. It just seems lively.
Yeah, it's in a fun way, and we're usually people who try to avoid the crowds and do some of the more hidden gem type of activities, but it hasn't felt overwhelming to be around the people in the busy squares or the plazas or anything like that. Lastly, Verona has a great food scene, including their very own dishes that are specific to the region. And while there may not be as much variety here as other larger cities like Milan, they do offer plenty of tasty options, and we've actually found them to be overall pretty accommodating to food restrictions.
So we are at Elk Bakery.
We admit to coming here a little bit more than we should have, just because they have food that I can actually eat. So if you guys don't know, I am mostly plant-based, but I definitely don't eat any dairy. So it's been kind of hard to find alternatives. Like there's no dairy alternatives here at all because everything is just like super fresh and super good, but not so great if you're lactose intolerant. So most people have been really accommodating to making changes, but sometimes they're kind of like, why do you want to do that? And we come here because they have a lot of vegan options, which is great.
That said, the food in Verona has been more affordable than we were expecting. It's about for 4 people, about 50-60 euro a meal, which is awesome for back in the States.
We've been really pleasantly surprised by that.
Overall, the food has been really good here. Verona does have its own cuisine that you could try if you're an adventurous eater. We actually saw horse meat on the menu, which we did not try, but if you did, let us know in the comments how it is. So to close out this video, we are in just like the most perfect location, sitting on the steps of this beautiful church, getting lost in Verona, but we have to answer the question, is Verona worth it?
And I would say 100%. There's been so much to see and do that is absolutely worth visiting and not at all gimmicky, and it just feels like a truly authentic and real Italian experience. I've loved every second.
So in my opinion as well, definitely worth it. Just the best way to kick off our Italian trip.
So if you want to see more Italian adventures, we got them coming up. So we're going to hit Milan and Venice. So subscribe if you want to see some of that.
And we'll see you there.
Bye.